This is a book review of Predictable Revenue. We are Accessory to Success, a website for authors, business enthusiasts, business book writers, and all of those many connected things like entrepreneurship. If that sounds interesting, feel free to subscribe to our email newsletter. We send out once a week with great book recommendations, releases, discounts, free books, all kinds of great takeaways for people interested in this kind of content. There's a lot of other book recommendations made in this review. You can find links to all of those in the blog post. Now let's move on to the main takeaway for this great book. The best way to grow a business is by establishing a sales generating process that produces ongoing, predictable revenue year after year. Building a sales machine that delivers this kind of revenue requires predictable lead generation, a sales development team that is the link between marketing and sales, and a consistent sales system. Readers get a thorough and detailed introduction to outbound sales techniques that do not require the constant attention of an entrepreneur and do not depend on the regular addition of new salespeople. Now here are some bullet point takeaways of what you'll learn in this great book. The importance of networking, connecting, and conversing with the right people. Why leads are important and how to categorize them. The importance of developing specialized sales roles to improve productivity of your sales team. Cold calling 2.0 framework, which is different from traditional cold calling. The 3-hour and 15-minute rule sales process. Tips to develop a great sales team. Traits of an outstanding sales manager. And 3 steps to improve your sales organization. A robust sales process requires a proactive outbound sales development team. It is a way to leverage free enterprise and achieve big dreams, like the author of the book I Love Capitalism achieved. The main idea of this book is how your focus should be on quality lead generation to get predictable revenue. This requires time, discipline, systematic sales processes, and outbound prospecting strategies. Basically, you need a smooth and seamless sales machine. Companies often rely on adding salespeople for revenue growth, but generating new leads should not have to depend on this strategy. Leads are prospects who have shown a positive interest in your product offering. This could be filling out a form on your website, signing up for a free trial, etc. There are 3 types of leads the authors named: seeds, nets, and spears. Seeds are leads generated through happy customers. SEO, social media, great content targeting are called seeds. Seeds are actual and digital word of mouth. They take a long time to cultivate and nurture, but have the highest conversion and close rates. Seeds are the best leads. They are similar to the business relationships developed in the book Make It Happen Before Lunch, because sales effort leads to solid connections with the highest probability of turning into a sale. Nets. Conferences, events, advertising, i.e. large-scale marketing programs, yield leads called nets. These are marketing leads. Nets are scalable leads, but tend to be low quality and not as profitable as seeds. Spears. This type of lead is generated by human effort in the form of cold calling or other forms of manual outbound prospecting by salespersons. This requires a heavy time investment and effort. Manual prospecting can yield a few large and valuable leads, though. According to Predictable Revenue, it is important to develop specialized sales roles. Different levels of the sales funnel require a unique skill set. If your salespersons are doing all the categories of work, they will be inefficient at best. Create a dedicated sales team to handle the types of work to get the best results. The team will first include sales developers to prospect for leads. These are junior level people who will create qualified leads for cold and inactive accounts and pass them on to the account managers. Next, develop a market response team to qualify inbound leads. They will lead negotiations and weed out unqualified leads. This increases focus and reduces wastage of time and resources. You will also need account executives to help you to close deals. This will manage customer accounts, offer support and new product services to them, and develop referrals. This is where the psychology of persuasion, as discussed in the book Influence, comes into play. The author developed the Cold Calling 2.0 framework for prospecting for cold accounts and generating new leads predictably. It is a cold calling, but not the traditional cold calling methodology. It is process-driven and results-focused. In the book The Ultimate Sales Machine, the author discusses the importance of disciplined, focused, and systematic approach in order to make real and lasting changes. that increase sales. The Cold Calling 2.0 framework is such a disciplined process for change. A step-by-step approach to Cold Calling 2.0 is as follows. 1. Precisely define and build your ideal customer profile, ICP. Understand your ideal customer, their challenges, frustrations, what they like to spend on, their ideal contacts, etc. Be vigilant about any red flags in their persona. 2. Build lists of potential prospects based on your ICP. Use prospecting tools if necessary. Add target accounts. 3. Run email campaigns. This will put you in the eyes of prospects. Ross suggests it is best to start small. Segregate your prospects, B2B, B2C, and send them targeted mails based on this segmentation. When you get a response, handle it swiftly, efficiently, and organize it in your database. 4. Sell solutions to the problems your prospects face. Address their pain points. Connect their needs to your solution. 5. The final stage of a social cold calling 2.0 framework is the stage where your sales development team should pass qualified leads to an account manager. The qualified lead should be considered a sales opportunity and re-qualified by the account executives. The 3-hour, 15-minute sales process is a 3-step framework to help sales reps quickly qualify or disqualify a prospect in the initial stages. Step 1 is to spend 15 minutes with a prospect to decide if you should pursue the person further. Step 2 is spending 1 hour to understand who the key decision makers in an organization are and their decision process. At step 3, spend 2 hours walking the decision makers through a design process to create a joint vision together. Outline how your company can offer solutions to their problems. The sales reps become people somewhere between what the author of the book Give and Take calls a matcher and a giver. A matcher tries to trade evenly, while a giver contributes to others without expecting a return. Developing prospects requires matching a solution to a customer's need and giving excellent informational presentations that build the company brand, even if the prospect does not become a buyer right away. There are certain traits that define an outstanding sales manager. The person hires talent but does not bank on experience. Instead, the sales manager looks for resourceful and hungry to succeed salespeople. He or she lays out a flexible process for the team to follow and is results-oriented and not activity-bound. The book Drive, the author asserts that people are most motivated by autonomy, mastery, and purpose. An outstanding sales manager understands that the importance of autonomy and purpose as motivators for salespeople. This book shares that the sales manager also ensures a smooth functioning environment and clearly spells out the sales process, compensation plans, etc. The sales team is motivated and inspired by the manager. Complementing good work pays good compensation, and understanding the challenges faced by the team, as the book Team of Teams proposes, a successful team in today's complex and challenging environment must be faster, flexible, and able to quickly scale. On a personal level, the sales manager works with salespeople to help them achieve their career goals. In the book, The Workplace Engagement Solution, managers find a model for mentoring employees for personal success. A great sales manager strives to help each employee succeed over the long term. The empathetic attitude becomes reciprocal, and the team works hard to ensure the sales manager succeeds. Yet another trait is the sales manager periodically reviews, reflects, and improves on the above actions. The authors describe 3 steps you can take to improve the sales organization. First, include salespeople in the decision-making process and encourage them to share their ideas and input while planning new programs. Getting feedback from the sales team while planning any new program is the second step. This will help you catch any problems early and before a program is publicly launched. Third, show genuine concern by taking a satisfaction survey of the salespeople. Find out what motivates them and what frustrates. Feel their pulse. About the authors, Aaron Ross. Aaron Ross is passionate about growing sales. Writing the #1 best-selling book, Predictable Revenue, is only one of his accomplishments. Ross is also the co-founder of Predictable Revenue, Inc., an outbound sales acceleration company, and co-founder of PredictableUniversity.com, which offers virtual outbound training. The Predictable Revenue Inc. consulting company helps B2B companies create self-managing sales teams and companies capable of experiencing triple growth. Ross also founded Pebblestorm, which is focused on helping 100 million people make money through enjoyment by combining money and happiness. Before Predictable Revenue and Pebblestorm, Ross was an entrepreneur in residence at the U.S. $1 billion venture capital firm Alloy Ventures. Before that, Ross worked at Salesforce.com, where he increased their revenue by $100 million. This was made possible due to his development of the Cold Calling 2.0 sales process and team. In addition to the book Predictable Revenue, Ross wrote the book CEO Flow and co-authored the book From Impossible to Inevitable. Ross is a sought-after global keynote speaker, and he is a 1994 Stanford University graduate and a graduate of the Boulder Outdoor Survivor School. In June of 2020, Ross was inducted into the Sales Hall of Fame. Aaron Ross talks about his sales growth strategy and his YouTube channel. He has several social media sites, including Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Spotify podcasts. Aaron Ross also has a blog site. Mary Lou Tyler is a contributor and co-author of the book Predictable Revenue and the book Predictable Prospecting. Both are #1 bestsellers. In 2016, she was nominated for the honor of 20 Women to Watch in Sales Lead Management. Tyler founded Strategic Pipeline in 1992, a Fortune 1000 outbound sales process improvement consulting group. Her client list includes Apple, Bose, AMA, Talend, CIBC, Prudential, UPS, Orkin, AAA, MasterCard, and more. She is a sales enablement strategy expert and coach. Tyler also worked as Managing Director of Inside Sales, Lead Generation, and Outbound Marketing at Telegenics Communication from 1992 to 2011. Tyler earned a BS in Computer Science from the University of California, Santa Barbara in 1981. And from 2014 to 17, she attended Northwestern University to study predictive analytics, sales, and marketing big data. This has been a book review of Predictable Revenue, a story about Salesforce spectacular sales growth. We are Accessory to Success. Thanks for listening. There's been a lot of other book recommendations, and you can find links to all of those in the blog post. Don't forget to sign up for our email newsletter. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next review.